Welcome to the Human First AI Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Montague, and I've been in internet marketing for a long time, about 25 years, and I've built up a lot of contacts and connections that I can't wait to introduce to you. We're going to be interviewing people from data experts and AI programmers and scientists to human first marketers that really amplify human creativity, connect with audiences, and build amazing brands. We have people like the founder of Ancestry.com, all the way to modern experts like the AI sales guy helping us grow our business and have better human-to-human conversations throughout our business development process. There are going to be a ton of cool guests, but a ton of cool concepts to discuss too. We'll talk about the future of AI and what will a world with humanoid robots look like. And we'll talk about what's going on today, tactics that you can use in your marketing right now to connect with customers. And I think there are really four big ideas that I want to explore with this podcast. Number one is the problems with artificial intelligence. They're missing context. They don't understand what it's like to be a human in the real world. And I always say that AI can tell a story, but it can't tell your story. So that's what I'm hoping to do with this podcast, is tell the stories of amazing marketers and brands doing cool stuff with AI. The second problem with artificial intelligence is a lack of creativity. They just don't know when to break the rules or sacrifice or do something creative or make something out of nothing. And that's where I think really when we put our human creativity in first, we get great outcomes from artificial intelligence. And number three are the ethical concerns. What will, humanity look like if we can automate a bunch of jobs? What will ethical AI look like if we treat customers the way we want to be treated instead of spamming them with the AI autonomous robots? I think it's a big question. And the way I like to answer it is with this Terminator versus Iron Man analogy. The Terminator, for you sci-fi fans out there, is an AI robot. It's completely robotic, completely AI. You give it a mission, and the Terminator is going to go out there and try to accomplish its mission, no matter what. Iron Man is a little bit different. In the Marvel Comics, Iron Man is Tony Stark, a human who's a genius, funny, creative, a billionaire with a ton of assets, and he wraps himself in technology and has Jarvis AI in his ear telling him information that he doesn't know and helping him accomplish tasks. And it turns the human into the superhero. That's what I'm hoping to do with this podcast. And that's the way I think we should attack a world with AI, is thinking about how we can create more Iron Men and less Terminators. So how can we do that? Here's a few ideas for you. Number one is predictive analytics. When we think about predictive analytics, we can now meet our audience where they are and understand where they're going better than we ever have in human history. That means understanding our customer behavior, predicting their actions, and making sure that we have things ready for them when they get to the next stage of the buying journey or when they become customers of ours. We can really customize this experience to who we are selling to. And I think that's amazing. Trend analysis is important across all of marketing. It's knowing where the industry is going, knowing where the world is going in general. We're going to talk a lot about that on this podcast. And then we can optimize our campaigns to make better decisions, maximize our ROI, and amplify our human effectiveness with these predictive analytics. I think it's going to be really cool. Number two is machine learning. When we think about machine learning, we can think about personalization and customization on a level that's never happened before. We've been going this direction for a long time. So, in the early 1900s, you got small, medium, and large t-shirts. You got one automobile, and it was in one color. And we've been customizing buyer experiences for a long time. Now with AI, we can do that on the fly. We can give targeted offers specific to targeted audiences, make specific product recommendations or services based on their specific needs. And we can create this dynamic content where if you're reading a blog, it might actually be different than someone else reading that same blog, because we can use AI in the back end to tailor to our audience, maybe their personality style, their buying needs, their pain points. We can create custom dynamic content. And it's going to be amazing. What machines and machine learning is doing now is adapting on the fly fast as we can as humans to the situation. And so if we train it in a human first manner, we can really create an awesome buying experience for our customers and really connect with an audience like we never have before with this kind of choose your own ending model. If we combine predictive analytics and machine learning, we can create buying journeys that are one-off where buyers who are shopping us can go one way or another, and it doesn't matter because we can create custom content on the fly to meet their needs and get these deals done, grow our business. It's really cool. Number 3 on my list is automation. When we think about automation, we can think about what we've been doing in marketing for a long time, but freeing up our tasks so that we can do higher level thinking and not creating Terminator robots. So we don't need to create AI salespeople to go out there and make calls. We don't need to create AI marketers to do everything and every interaction on social media, but we can automate tasks that humans don't like to do. So think about like data entry and reporting, or these custom nurturing sequences that take a really long time to build out, because now that we can customize them to maybe 4 or 5 different personas, we as humans don't really get energy from doing the same thing 4 or 5 different times. We can automate that with AI. And then, of course, chatbots and knowledge bases. So when we get these repetitive questions over and over again now, the AI is there to serve up the answer. So we don't have to answer that email every single time. We don't have to pick up the phone and have that same conversation we've had hundreds and hundreds of times. We can serve up this information faster than we ever have before and really create some cool interactive experiences with our audience that's human first. It's not about disconnecting us from the relationships with our buyers, but it's about enhancing those relationships, because now we don't have to do the annoying part, or they don't have to wait on hold to get in touch with us. They can get their answer right away. And if they want to escalate, we're happy to talk to them. But when we're talking to them, we're answering those complicated things. I like to think about what AI and robots can do and what humans can do. And so robots should do things that are, with really large numbers or really small numbers or unpredictable situations, or tasks that are very repetitive. Humans do things that require emotional empathy, creativity. It requires a human connection, interaction, and it's about building relationships with our customers. Number 4 on our list for ways we can use AI is generative AI. You're probably surprised I didn't start with this one in the first place, but especially in a world where we can make podcasts, webinars, blogs, you can make the first thing, and then we can use AI to amplify our story. I said it earlier, AI is really great at telling a story, but it can't make up your story. It doesn't have your context, your background, your knowledge of your customer base. So when we build those things in, we can do custom content creation, telling our story in more formats than we ever have before. We can use the visual storytelling with cool new images and videos created on the fly that capture a different part of our story that we would have had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to do before. We can now create custom visuals for our blog posts or social media, or we can create custom videos that we can share and tell our stories better than we ever have before without hiring expensive, videographers and directors to make something happen. And then we've talked a lot already about personalized messaging, but I think once we tell our story, we can craft that story in a bunch of different formats to get them to the right people at the right time. So as we wrap up here, I want you to think about a few things as you think about human first AI marketing. You've made it this far. Over the podcast episodes here, we're going to explore these ideas of how we can use AI to focus on the humanity of your business. How can we augment your human capabilities to make you a superhero? How can we create a collaborative relationship with AI? I think human first is important because we have to tell AI where to go. Human last is also important because we need to put a final review and finishing touches and use our sales and marketing expertise at the end. But we also need this collaborative relationship in the middle. Transparency and accountability with data is going to be huge for the next 3 to 5 years. Just because we can do things and maybe create an AI agent to go scrape all our customers' email addresses doesn't mean we should, and doesn't mean that it's legal to start sending marketing messages to those emails. We want to optimize for human well-being, optimize for our own well-being, our own messages, the business that we want to run, our own employees, but also optimizing for the well-being of our customers, our audience, the people that buy from us. We want to put them first throughout this process. If we do that and we have respect for our prospects and clients, we're going to be in a really good place going forward with AI. Hopefully that gives you some cool ideas about how you can use AI in your business and what we're going to be covering in this Human First AI Marketing podcast. If you want to connect with me, you can scan the QR code on the screen right now. Find me on LinkedIn or go to avenue9.com for more information. And if you want to hear from the smartest AI and marketing experts on the planet, make sure you subscribe now wherever you're watching or listening to this. We're on all the apps, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you subscribe. And I want to hear from you. I want to put you first in this thing too, and make sure that my is so leave a comment or a thumbs up below whenever you like something. Give me suggestions for people that you would love to hear from on the podcast. And until next time, good luck. Keep going. Figure it out. We're going to have some fun.